Okay, got a little surprise here today, and I've had this for a while, and I thought we might take a look at it and see if we can boost the content of the channel here. And this is in immaculate condition. Pull this out and set it down here, and we'll see, is there any of our viewers can tell. I don't know if you could read the model on there or not, but just exactly what this is. This is a cosmetic case. Is it a tape case? Is it a first aid kit? No. It's the Viscount solid state tape recorder from the mid to late 60s. And I thought that this just unsnaps like this. And let's see if I can get this. See, I turned it upside down, didn't I? Yeah, okay, we go this way. I'm sorry, folks. Alright. And I thought this was almost as cool as the NACO book recorder. And this one is in perfect working order. You know, kind of tilt it where you guys can look at it. And it has a kind of interesting message on this tape. And I thought that I might play just a little of it. I don't want to violate this person's privacy. I don't know how old this recording is, but I thought I'd play just a little of it. So let's listen to it.
And 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation, and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we do not how this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggle here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor longer remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus farly so nobly advanced it. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us. From those honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause on which they gave that last full measure of devotion.
Okay, I don't know when that's recorded, but it sounds almost, it's like current events, doesn't it? But imagine that was recorded back in the 60s. So anyway, I just thought that was an interesting message, especially, you know, in today's times and things that are happening. But from the past, from the 60s. So I thought we'll turn it over here and we'll kind of take a little bit better look at it. We'll come back to you. Okay, this machine is a single motor, runs on 2C batteries, does not have an extra 9-volt battery for the audio. It has a built-in microphone. I thought this was really cool. It's built on the unit. You just pull it out. Alright. Put this there. This is really a unique feature. I think that's cool. This wire is really tucked in there really good, so I have to be careful pulling it all the way out. That just fits in there like that, and let's see, that wire's got to go down in there. I don't know if there's a groove or through that or not. Huh. Oh, I see what it is. I see what it is. There is a groove. There we go. Fits in there like that. All right. So it's a 2C battery, which is 3 volts, and it's standard function controls of the day: rewind, stop, play, record, and volume. And it doesn't have any auxiliary jacks or anything of that nature. And these were strictly battery and strictly portable. And they were used for, you could use them, some say these were a toy, but you could use them for dictation and, lesson recordings and stuff. But here's the inside. Let me flip this around. I'm sorry I turned this upside down. Now, I put these batteries in it. The person I got it from said it was working, which it is. Pretty good, too. But these came out of that NACO recorder. They're just standard C batteries. But by this time, this one was getting kind of modern. By this time, see, they had simplified everything to one motor and then one kind of a transport switcher thing, and then one PC board and everything all on one board. But in a way, this one's the first one I've ever seen where you can completely take it out, just kind of push that down where this drops out and flip it out. It can really be serviced and repaired. And the volume control is soldered right on the end of this board if you look. But I always like this because all these different manufacturers had 102,000 ways or 101,000 ways to make a transport, but yet it was all compatible. All these were compatible. Used 1/4-inch tape on 3-inch reels. And but anyway, I thought this one was about as cool as the NACO book one I got. I like both of them. And I haven't had this one real long. Just had it a couple weeks. But I had a chance. These are kind of tough times for me, but I had a chance to buy it worth the money. And I'm getting rid of so much, but I like to collect these. And I just, I'm not going bonkers with them, but I like collecting these. These are easy to display, and these were what we had to use and play with when we were kids, and some people use these pretty seriously too. We didn't have all these computers and video games and stuff that they have today. So the electronic stuff like this, radios and tape recorders and everything like that was kind of, that was the big thing. That's what everybody wanted, was some kind of electronic gift for Christmas or for a birthday. And I remember every Christmas I would always ask Mom and Dad for a tape recorder. And almost every year they would, except every once in a while. And but anyway, let's rewind this. And there's a spot on, I don't want to mess with this original recording much. There's a spot at the beginning of this that I'll try to record on. We'll see how it records. But I thought that message on there was kind of interesting myself. That it almost seems like it was just recorded yesterday, doesn't it? With the situation in the world and everything, it was really relevant to today's world. And just imagine that, something that was recorded, around 1968 would have that kind of relevance today. Oh, I went too far. We'll have to stop. Hang on. I went too far on this and ran the tape off. Hang on just a second. These are recessed. I think that's really cool. Pull this out like this. And boy, those have got big reel tables on it too. Yeah. I used to, when I was a kid, I did this so much I could thread one of these in under probably 10 seconds. Have it all threaded and back in there. All right. Now this one has, this one has the easy guide. And I'll show you what that is. It's very obvious. All right. The easy guide is this notch here. You just drop it down in that notch and it's already threaded. You don't have to, you know, like on most of them, you don't have to, you know, get this threaded over the tape guides and stuff. Be sure it's right. It does it all for you. That was a modern thing at a time. So let's let a little of this tape run on and I'll try a recording on it.
Guys, this doesn't have much sensitivity. I'm now talking right into the microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I don't want to disturb this original recording very much, but I'm going to come on here and we'll just make one little test recording here real quick on it. And I don't want to erase the content on this tape because if I wasn't so lazy, I'd go get another reel of tape to put on it, but I'm just going to do a real quick count and we'll see how it records. Be sure I got this up enough because this usually doubles as a record level. So here we go. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a test of the Viscount solid state tape recorder.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a test of the Viscount solid state tape recorder.
All right, that sounded pretty good. And that's about par for the course how these sounded. And but I noticed when I took these reels out, these are real thick and heavy ones. These reels are the older reels when they first came out with these, and they hadn't lightened them up yet. But this is a newer model, and this one I think, if I remember right, is around late '67, mid '68, maybe even late '68, somewhere around in there. And but anyway. I just thought you guys might like to look at it, and I thought that it would be something interesting just to put on here, you know, just to, I don't know, just to kind of show and tell is the word for it, I think. Show and tell. So anyway, let me pack this up a little bit, and if I can get this is the only thing, when these get old like this wire doesn't flex. And you got to be careful because this wire has been in there for 50 years, and it's just it's being disturbed. It's used to being in there. It's been relaxing for 50 years, and now all of a sudden it's being disturbed. There we go. You got to get that. If this was flexible like it should be, this would drop right in just that quick. All right. So I think maybe what I'll do is take this off, and we might see what's on the other side of it, because this first side of it was pretty interesting to listen to. So let's do that. And I don't want to overplay it because this is somebody else's. It's somebody else's intellectual property. I mean, I bought the machine. The machine belongs to me, but the content of these tapes belongs to another individual, and that's their creative content. It's just like, you know, I mean, they can claim rights to it, and a relative or somebody, a stepkid or grandkid that's still alive here in this modern time that remembers this or knows who it is could not appreciate their loved one being played on YouTube here almost 65 years later, after the recording was made. And the person that made this, the chances are he's probably not alive. Now, I may be wrong, but the person that made that recording is probably not alive. So I've lost my touch here. Let me see if we can get that threaded in. It'll have to be rewound. See if I can lay it down. Now, I don't do these justice because once you get good on these, it don't take this long to thread them. You know, and I know you people out there with cassette are going to say, well, there you go. What do you think we had cassette for? You know, well, I like cassette and I still use it, but it wasn't as fun as these, in my opinion. These had a lot of fun in them. All right, let's see if we can get that in there. And sorry that I'm kind of such a layman at it now. I used to really be able to thread these up. Now watch that pull out of there. Just know it will. Maybe we can get it. Get enough winds on there. All right, we'll see if we can stick that on there. There we go. Up. Nope. There we go. Now I've really lost my touch with these. There we go. Okay. Well, let's rewind this side. Oh, I didn't get it. It'll start here in a minute. It'll grab. There we go. And it's doing that because I didn't thread it right. I get in a little bit of a hurry. But I was just interested to see what's on this side of the recording. It's got a little bit of thump to them, but remember, that's all part of these. This is part of growing up. And I think this one, as it's used, it'll get quiet. And but this one I don't think has a lot of hours on it. It seems pretty new. I mean, it doesn't look worn or anything. It looks old when, you know, if you look at the top of it like this, it's not old, but it looks vintage, but it doesn't look all, you know, it's not all beat up. And the cotton on the tape head, you know, the tape tensioner is real clean. It doesn't look like dirty cotton. You can't see it in there right at the moment. Okay, I'm going to stop this right here and just see what's on it.
Of devotion that we share highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that the deaf nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom and a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
That's really interesting. And I don't know if that's that guy or it's something off the radio. These were not really made for music recording. But if they're in good shape like this, I won't say they can do an admirable job, but it can be okay. But they were primarily made, you know, for voice. But let's listen to a little bit more of this. I don't know if that'll get a copyright strike or not. I tell you, if you grew up in this era, some of these tapes are what people, the content on these tapes are worth $1 million. They really are. I never get tired of hearing it. And but anyway, I just thought you guys might want to take a look at it. And anyway, I guess that's all I've got. And I want to thank you for watching. My commentary may not have been real good. But anyway, that is the Viscount solid state tape recorder from the mid to late 60s. And thank you so much for watching. And I think this is something like it's actually episode 400, because a lot of these episodes I made never got on the YouTube. And there's a few of them where I got text on there with the episode, but please forgive me. The numbers won't line up because some of them never made it on YouTube, and it'll look like I'm jumping, 10 or 20, 30, But anyway, so thank you for watching the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.